welcome back. Woo! Yeah! Man, it's been a crazy morning, early afternoon. It's 7 minutes till 2, and I have to deliver this nice fireplace surround in about 4 hours to the actual house. Now it doesn't need to be finished. It won't be prepped for paint. Some of the detailed designs won't be there. It's basically just to show them what it looks like and to see if the proportions work for the look that they're going for. They're very extremely, ridiculously, absurdly indecisive, and they can, oh man, it's painful to watch this happen. But it is what it is. They're the customer and they get whatever they want. Basically just push it up against the wall. It'll be 4 pieces, 2 legs, the mantle with the crown, and then just the flat top that goes on it. And I got to build all that in about 3 hours. Yes. So some people have been asking about my dog. She hasn't been on camera in a while. Polly, come here. Oh, all right. I'll just hold you. So this is Polly. She's the squirrel slayer. She was just outside chasing squirrels, and she will literally tree a squirrel and then start grabbing onto the trunk of the tree and start gnawing on it. It's something to see. She thinned out the herd last summer, the herd of squirrels, the dumb ones. This year, her kill success rate has significantly dropped. We just need some more dumb squirrels to move into town. So yes, this is Polly, otherwise known as Polly. She's a Staffordshire Bull Terrier. She's about 32 pounds. She's 3 years old? How old are you? 3? I think she's 3 years old. So I'm going to get started. Polly's going to go chase some more squirrels. Feel free to ask questions. I'm going to let the camera go and see how far I make it. Will I make it to their house at 6 p.m. tonight? I don't know. I doubt it. But I can't call them and reschedule it or any of that other stuff. So we're on a tight schedule. I always start out with a blank piece of paper, a nice mechanical pencil. I also use the dry erase board a lot, but I can't find a dry erase marker. So we're going the old-fashioned way. And I'm just going to draw it out. I just took some measurements of the crown molding. What I did is I pushed it up against the fence and measured from the fence out, and I see that I got 2 inches. So I'm going to add a 1/4 inch, and that's just going to factor into my measurements when I draw this out, because I'd like to get away with just using this 1 sheet of 1/2 inch MDF. What I'm doing here is just trying to figure out how I'm going to break this board down to not have to buy another one and be able to run it through the table saw. So I think I got it figured out. This whole section here, this will build the legs. This is the actual top, and then I'll have this whole section here to build the big box that makes up the top mantelpiece. I've never really explained this. I've just shown it in videos, but I've got this light foam that I prop the board up with, or the plywood or whatever I'm cutting, and you can see there's a couple cuts through it. And I'll use the Harbor Freight, wherever that thing went, my Harbor Freight cut guide. I will be making a track saw. This is just one of the pieces of the many that I have in the other room. I just use it for a straight edge right now. So in the future I'm going to make my own track saw. I ordered a kit. I don't know if that ever made it to YouTube. I ordered a kit to adapt to one of my good circular saws. It didn't work. It came broken, and I shipped it back, and I said I'm just going to make my own track saw. on to it. Okay, calm down. All right, I'll take table saw safety a little more seriously. Woo! Yeah! Okay. Yeah. Okay, hopefully the battery doesn't kick out on me. This is where this guy is going to come in handy. Cutting these miters. Okay, so far, first impressions. First of all, that's an awesome miter. Perfect right on the edge. First impressions, well, it's worth the 80 bucks. I'm glad I bought it. The next step is to glue and nail these side pieces. And these are going to get wrapped with a foot and a top. That'll make the big box. Just got to keep moving. First thing before you start, it's best to have a rag and some water to clean up your glue. So I'm gonna take care of that first so I'm not scrambling. So it's almost 4:30. I turned the camera off for a while I was calculating and measuring and remeasuring this mantle thing here. So we're closing in on the finish line. Just got to get this finished out here. Blocked the camera, but I'm under the gun and got to get this show on the road here. That's a little too much glue, that's for sure. It's alright to have a little squeeze out, especially on this paint grade, because it'll fill any of those differences, gaps. We don't want it too thick. So what I do is when I hold this in place, there's like a pause before I pull the trigger, and that is just to kind of squish it in together. Getting down to the wire here. It's 450. Thing is, try not to rush myself, but oh. This comes with a teeny tiny little Phillips head and flathead. Perfect for opening up glue holes. This is not the ideal, oh, there we go, circumstances to do this type of work. Being rushed, that is. A little too much on that. Okay, here we go. Slightly off, but we can sand that out. We're stuck. I'm gonna leave that kind of stuck there and go mark the other end. Pieces in. Just gonna take a little bit of this glue, go right along the seam, hit it with that activator, and this stuff will be good to go. So it's pushed up against this thing here. There's still a chance that when I go put the legs on this, that something is off. But I'm pretty sure this is good to go. I'm going to use wood glue and nails to glue this to this. Now the last thing to do, probably should test this out, is wrap the legs. It's actually going to work. So I'm working along, I think I was even talking to you, and I look up and the camera says full. So I filled up the SD card. Well, I am, as far as I'm taking it tonight, the only thing left to do, so it's upside down right now, is the top part is getting a piece of hardwood or a solid piece of wood around the rim of it. So I'll rip that down and glue and nail that on when the top is finally put on. I called the the customer, and lucky for me, I got time to spare. They're not going to be home for like an hour. It takes an hour commute. So these are the legs. Keep in mind there's going to be these little square things on here as well as on the that top mantle there. These things here are just nailed on with one nail, so I can easily pop them off if they say, oh, we want them bigger or shorter. So these things are not glued on. They're just pinned in with one 18 gauge nail. I hope these things are the same size. I very well could have gotten these boards mixed up because I was trying to do it in like a production manner. Is just have the table saw set up in a certain, okay, 7.5. 7.5. All right, I'm good. So now this leg, oh jeez, there we go, will sit right like that. And the fireplace goes in there as well as tile. Tile goes all around here. There'll be 3 rows of tile. Anyways, enough rambling. I'm going to take this over there, load it up, take it over, set it up for them. Hopefully they like it. I don't have to rebuild it. And then come back and start prepping for paint. Fill in nail holes. I'll probably do a little bit more reinforcing. Since a lot of this is just glued with that CA glue, or crazy glue as most people call it. Yeah, so I think that's going to end this video. The next video most likely will be the preparation. And I got more time to do that. I won't be rushing through it. And I'll show you a little bit. I'll show you the wood filler that I use. Although the last time I used it, it shrunk a little bit. And I had to do 2 applications. And yeah. Give the video a like. Check the links below in the description. And leave a comment. Thank you. Forgot to tell you. Probably only a third of you or a quarter of you are still around. I'm going to post pictures of this tonight on Instagram. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'll leave a link for that also in the description. And you can get kind of, I don't know, behind the scenes, or you get to see what I'm working on way before it makes it to YouTube. That's it. Goodbye.